evening. I'm glad to have you join us on the news at 7. My name is Sunday Daramola. The Ekiti State Governor, Mr. Abiodun Oyebanji, has dismissed an online report claiming that he and some Ekiti leaders plan to defect to the African Democratic Congress, ADC, with former Governor Kadi Fayemi. In a statement by his special advisor on media, Mr. Yinka Oyebode, the governor described the claims as fake, false, sponsored by desperate politicians trying to create a rift between him and President Bola Tinubu. He reaffirmed his commitment to the All Progressives Congress, APC, and urged Ekiti people to ignore the misleading report. The All Progressive Congress, APC women leaders in Ekiti State have adopted Governor Abiodun Oyebanji for the 2026 governorship election, citing his developmental strides. They declared their support during a mobilization tour of Ikere Ekiti, Southwest, and Iroyin in fellow local government areas of the state. BSCS reporter Adedayo Adeleye was there. His report.
At Ikere, Ilawe, and Igede Ekiti, APC state woman leader Mrs. Caroline Egunjobi said that the women declared support for Governor Abiodun Oyebanji due to his numerous achievements, especially for women. She affirmed total loyalty and promised massive votes for the governor in the primary and other elections. Other APC women leaders, including Mrs. Yemisi Ayokule, Dr. Funke Fajobi, and Mrs. Rhoda Ujo, also promised to work for Governor Oyebanji in his forthcoming primary.
He's been doing well. He's done well for us in the Southwest. If I keep on mentioning the project he has done, will be taking too much time. But it's obvious, and it's seen all over town. The roads, the infrastructure, the renovation of schools, and even the human capital development. He has tried on all sides, and we feel we want him to continue. You know, when something is good, you want to continue to it.
We are supporting Governor Abiodun Oyebanji and his deputy, Monisade Christiana Afuye, for the second time because of what they have been doing and taking care of women. You can see a lot of women in the cabinet of Mr. Governor. I am one of them. There is job opportunity for the children, and that is why all the women are happy that come what may, we are in support of Abiodun Oyebanji.
What is happening today, we are ready. That's the only agenda we have. We are ready to bring back the governor and the deputy governor for the second time in service. In fact, there is no vacancy until 2030. So the women are sharpening that we are ready.
Earlier, the deputy governor, Okinwa Afuye, commended the women's loyalty, describing it as motivation for the governor to do well. She called on them to participate in the upcoming continuous voter registration by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. In their remarks, the chairperson of the State APC Women Elders Council, Mrs. Runke Okusanya, and Special Advisor on Political Matters, Chief Gideon, described the massive turnout as a sign that Ekiti is safe for Oyebanji in the forthcoming polls. The mobilization tour was organized by the First Lady, Dr. Olayemi Abiodun Oyebanji, represented by a Special Assistant on Political Matters, Mrs. Toyin Adepoju, to rally women's support for the governor ahead of the APC primary and 2026 election. Adedayo Adele reporting.
Also, leaders of the All Progressives Congress, APC, in Ekiti State have called on women in the party to be united and resist desperate politicians ahead of the next year governorship election in the state. The APC female leaders made a call during the party's mobilization tour to Ayekure, Ekiti East, Emure, and its local government areas of the day. BSCS reporter Adedayo Adeleye again complete the stories.
The mobilization tour organized by the State First Lady, Dr. Olayemi Abiodun Oyebanji, was to mobilize women for her husband ahead of the 2026 poll. Addressing the women at all the designated venues in Ude, Imure, and Isekiti, the State Deputy Governor, Okinwa Afuye, appealed to the women to resist those she branded as money-bag politicians willing to deploy monetary power to secure the party's ticket. She urged them to remain steadfast in their support for Governor Biodun Oyebanji, who has been committed to gender promotion by appointing women to strategic positions. Also speaking, the chairperson, APC Elders Council, Women's Wing, Mrs. Unke Okusaya, charged the women to reciprocate Governor Oyebanji's gender balancing through massive votes in 2026. The former APC state women leader said they should remain steadfast in their support for the governor, assuring them that their interests shall be protected.
Governor Biodun Oyebanji has done the party proud. He has kept to his promises. He has kept to his 6-point agenda for development in the state. I'm just appealing to all our women because we are the larger population, the women folk, and I'm saying to them, choose right.
Also, the Secretary to the State Government, Professor Abibat Adubiaro, and the Special Advisor to the Governor on Political Matters, Chief Gideon, charged the women to be fair to the returnees and defectors to the party. They also appealed to them to participate in the continuous voter registration exercise by the Independent National Electoral Commission.
Sensitize them about the coming up of the primary election, and we still want them to stand on their feet and they all come out en masse to return Governor Oyebanji back to the governor's office.
Seeing the women in their numbers across the state, so that they are ready and they are in tune with the program of the party and that of the government.
APC women leaders at all the council areas visited, including Mrs. Kende Kaode and Rachel Ademiloye, declared total support for Governor Oyebanji. Adedayo Adele reporting.
Meanwhile, Governor Biodun Oyebanji has charged the judiciary to continue to be guided by the Constitution and dictates of the law without sentiment, fear, or favor. Oyebanji gave the charge during the swearing-in of Justice Lekunrere as the 6th Chief Judge of the state. BSS reporter Toba Babalola has more on the story. His report.
Governor Oyebanji described the judiciary as the most sacred, conservative, and apolitical arm of government, and the need to uphold justice at all times, not minding the status, gender, or circumstances. While congratulating Justice Ogunwoye on his elevation, the governor noted that the position was not a mere title but a sacred trust, as the judiciary remains the last hope of the common man. He charged Justice Ogunwoye to let courage and integrity be his watchword.
Your Lordship, history will judge you, not that the accolades you receive for them, but the legacy you leave behind after your terminated. In this position, courage and integrity must be your constant companions. Let it be said in years to come that under your leadership, the judiciary of the state reached the highest standing, one will ensure justice for all.
Governor Oyebanji observed that more efforts must be put in place to raise the bar and ensure prompt and efficient justice delivery that aligns with the global standards. He promised that his government would continue to support judicial reforms, provide needed resources for improved infrastructure, and improve the initiative that will enhance the justice delivery across the state.
We give you full support and cooperation to the judiciary. I am sure that the purpose of all stakeholders and judiciary will make more progress and all challenges will be tackled head-on. As we move forward, let us all, both the executive, administrative, and judiciary, and citizen, work together in the spirit of mutual respect and shared purpose to build an entity where justice is not only done but is seen of all.
The Chief Judge, Justice Ogunwoye, in his remarks, thanked Governor Oyebanji for the opportunity given him to serve in full capacity and promised to uphold the rule of law, focus on building the integrity of the judiciary that is well accountable, transparent, effective and efficient through a digitalized operational system.
As we all know, lack of transparency breeds lack of trust. Once the decision is corrupt, it compromises integrity. So our focus is to ensure that we have a judiciary that is transparent and corrupt.
Oath of allegiance and judicial oath had earlier been taken by the Chief Judge. Justice Ogumwe, an indigene of Umuwe-Ekiti, was appointed as acting Chief Judge of the state in November 2024 and served in that capacity until his appointment as a substantive Chief Judge of the state. Toba Babalola reporting.
The chairman, Board for Technical and Vocational Education, Mr. Kayode Babade, has called on youth to be hardworking in order to have a brighter future. He made a call while featuring on an EKTV current affairs program, My Agenda. The report is presented from our studio.
Mr. Babade, who narrated his experience while growing up, said that hard work and commitment to duty was the order of the day during his youthful days, which had helped him to succeed in life. He advised youths to shun get-rich-quick syndrome and be dedicated to their studies as leaders of tomorrow.
Remember the son of whom you are. That sank into my brain. There was value for character that time. People value the name of their family. People value character. But today, people celebrate money. And the youth celebrate money. Some parents are even guilty of this. Sometimes I learn there is an association of Yahoo mothers. It takes time to grow. You are growing business, yes, it takes time before you get to the peak. And so it's a very terrible thing in the society today that you can't compare with when we are growing up.
As the head of the Board for Technical and Vocational Education in the state, Mr. Babade said his vision was to build entrepreneurs who will in turn build the nation.
You can see the state-of-the-art equipment in the schools. Give them first-class training with 60 to 70% practical exposure, so that they will be able to use their hands and their brain. That is our first motive.
Mr. Babade, who is also a former commissioner for education in the state, added that all the technical schools in Ekiti were equipped with state-of-the-art equipment to build capacity. He appealed to parents to encourage their words and enroll them in technical schools so as to become self-reliant.
Provide a job for you to be self-employed after graduation from our school. You can practice your trade. It will give you an opportunity to put food on your own table. You can be an employer of labor, while a lot of people will come and learn the skill and the trade with you. And so if people are getting to understand all this, okay, look at the patterns the federal government is introducing now into the technical education subsector.
On politics, Mr. Babade advised politicians to remain loyal and follow the visions of their leaders in office in order to enhance development and growth in their various states.
We now go on a short commercial break. We'll be back for the rest of the bulletin. Stay tuned.
Beautiful, it's your name. Wonderful is what you are to me.
Every mom.
Chef.
Mr. Chef,
What's your secret?
My secret is the wide range of seasoning powders from Mr. Chef. Perfect for meals such as spicy stew, cooked meat, roasted beef, fried rice, and cooker.
Unleash your inner chef and explore our wide range of Mr. Chef seasoning powder.
You are welcome back now to the rest of the bulletin. The Permanent Secretary, Ekiti State Ministry of Works, Mr. Ganiu Titilope, will retire from active service tomorrow after attaining the statutory age of 60. Mr. Titilope, who is from Ikere Ekiti, served the state for over 30 years, contributing significantly to infrastructure development. A pen-down ceremony will hold at the ministry premises in Ado Ekiti at 10 in the morning. Mr. Titilope will hold a special Thanksgiving at AUD Mosque, Ikere Ekiti, on Friday at 1 in the afternoon. Pensioners in the Broadcasting Service of Ekiti State, BSCS, have pitched their tent with the Nigerian Union of Pensioners, NUP. The decision followed the crisis rocking NUP, which led to the creation of the Pensioners Association of Nigeria, PAN, in Ekiti State. The resolution was made during a congress presided over by the chairman of the association, Mr. Femi Ajanaku, at the Jedabos Hall, BSCS Iloku, in Ado Ekiti. Some of the members emphasized the need to stand in solidarity and take a clear stance on the issues.
For the BSCS Broadcasting Service of Ekiti State, the essence of our meeting today is for us to know where we are going. You know, there is the state union of the pensioners, there is the national union of the pensioners called NUP. There is a new one called Pensioners Association of Nigeria, PAN, being headed by different set of persons. Today we have come together to put our own home straight and to know where we are going, of which we have already known. We have fashioned out where we are going. And where we are going is where we are going because the pensioners of the BSCS are always together. Always together, do everything together, and we always have things together for development and progress.
The Director General of the National Automotive Design and Development Council, Mr. Oluwemimo Oshanipin, has assured motorists in Ekiti that compressed gas for their CNG converted vehicles will soon be available in the state, declaring a 5-day training on the repair and maintenance of both CNG and petrol-powered tricycle and motorcycle in Ekiti State. The NADDC boss said arrangement has been concluded with some filling stations to begin the sales of compressed gas in the state. Mr. Oshanipin charged the trainees to share the knowledge gained at the training with their colleagues in their localities. The Director General thanked the state government under the leadership of Governor Biodun Oyebanji for always striving to improve quality of life of the people. The Joint Admission and Matriculation Board, JAMB, has set 150 as the cutoff mark for admission into universities in the country. JAMB made a decision during the 2025 policy meeting on admission held at the Bola Ahmed Tinubu International Conference in Abuja. He said the cutoff mark for colleges for nursing was 140, College of Agriculture 100, and colleges of education 100. Also, the federal government has formally set 16 years as the minimum age for admission into Nigerian universities. Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, made the announcement during the 2025 policy meeting of the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board held in Abuja. Alausa, while declaring the meeting open, emphasized that the age benchmark is now official and non-negotiable. He warned that any admission carried out outside the center admission processing system will be considered illegal The National Association of Nigerian Students, NANS, has appealed to the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, to shelve its planned strike over the delay in the payment of June salary to its member. NANS made the appeal in a statement by its National Vice President on Intercampus and Gender Affairs, Felicia Akimbodushe, in Abuja. Akimbodushe said that any industrial action by ASU now would destabilize the stable academic calendar universities had enjoyed for the past 2 years. Akwa Ibom State Governor Umo Eno has approved a 20,000 naira monthly allowance for all National Youth Service Corps members of Akwa Ibom origin serving across Nigeria. This followed a recent upward review of the allowance for Corps members serving within the state from 5,000 to 20,000 naira effective August 1 this year. The governor explained that the decision is part of his administration renewed Hope Youth Support Initiative, ARISE, aimed at easing life costs and improving the welfare of Corps members in the state. Benue State Governor Reverend Father Ashintalia has unveiled a new security initiative tagged the Quick Response Squad, QRS, aimed at strengthening rapid response to security emergencies across the state. Governor Alia was represented at the official inauguration of the squad by his deputy, Dr. Sam Ode. The QRS is a joint operation comprising personnel from the Civilian Protection Guards, CPG, Vigilante Group of Nigeria VGN, local hunters, and the Joint Task Force, JTF. The squad is designed to respond effectively to threats, particularly in vulnerable communities across Benue. As part of measures to enhance emergency response and save lives during the 2025 flood season, the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, has deployed mobile intensive care units, ambulances, in some of its operation offices across the country. The Director General of the agency, Subaida Umar, approved the deployment following an assessment that revealed critical equipment gaps in some of the field offices. Umar said the deployment is a strategic step towards strengthening the operational capacity of NEMA zonal directorates and operation offices. Umar added that in addition to the deployment of the ambulances, the agency will continue to conduct flood simultaneous exercise, community sensitization campaigns, and stakeholder coordination meetings as part of its comprehensive disaster risk reduction strategy. And on the foreign scene, President Donald Trump says the United States will send additional weapons to Ukraine, triggering Russia criticism after Moscow claimed new gains in its grinding war against its neighbor. Trump's announcement to send weapons to Ukraine followed Washington saying last week that it was halting some weapons shipment to Kyiv, leaving Ukrainian officials caught off guard and scrabbling for clarity. The Kremlin warned that sending arms to Ukraine only serves to prolong the conflict, a day after Trump's pledged for more weapons for Ukraine to defend itself. The burial ceremony of late Chief Akintayo Oluwadare will commence tomorrow with a service of song in Ado-Ekiti by 4 in the evening. Christian wake has been slated for his hometown, Aramoko-Ekiti, by 5 p.m. on Thursday. The remains of the politician will be laid to rest after a funeral service at the St. Philip's Anglican Church, Aramoko-Ekiti, on Friday by 11 in the morning. Chief Akintayo Oluwadare, who was once a one-time chairman of Ekiti West local government during the first democratic government in Ekiti State, was survived by wife and children. And now to sport. The 2025-2026 UEFA Champions League officially begins today with the first round qualifying features. There will be a total of 14 matches played between today and Wednesday. The games come just 38 days after PSG thrashed Inter Milan 5-0 in the last season final. Again, the Champions League will have 36 teams participating in the league phase. 29 have already qualified via their domestic leagues, winning the Champions League and Europa League, as well as 2 more by the European performance sport, Newcastle United and Villarreal. But there are 7 spots left to be decided among 53 teams between the winners or runners-up. And with that, we'll come to the end of the news at 7. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.
ẹ kalẹ̀ ẹ sì káàbọ̀ sórí ìròyìn lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ Kelechi David lóníròyìn. Gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì ọ̀gbẹ́ni Bíọ́dún Oyèbánjí ti tako àwọn ìròyìn orí ẹ̀rọ ayélujára kan tó sọ pé ó ti fi òun àti àwọn aṣáájú ẹgbẹ́ kan lẹ́kìtì ń gbèrò láti lọ sí African Democratic Congress ADC pẹ̀lú gómìnà tẹ́lẹ̀ Káyọ̀dé Fáyẹ̀mí. Nínú àtẹ̀jáde tí olùdámọ̀ràn pàtàkì rẹ̀ lórí ètò ìròyìn ọ̀gbẹ́ni Yínká Oyèbọ̀dé fi síta, gómìnà ṣàpèjúwe àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ náà gẹ́gẹ́ bí irọ́ àti èrò àwọn olóṣèlú tí wọ́n ń gbìyànjú láti dá wàhálà sílẹ̀ láàrin òun àti ààrẹ Bọ́lá Tinubu. Ó tún tẹnumọ́ ìfarajì rẹ̀ sí ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú All Progressives Congress APC tó sì rọ àwọn èèyàn ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì láti fojú fo ìròyìn èké náà. Àwọn aṣáájú obìnrin lẹ́gbẹ́ òṣèlú All Progressives Congress APC nípínlẹ̀ Èkìtì ti faramọ́ gómìnà Bíọ́dún Oyèbánjí fún ìdìbò gómìnà ọdún 2026 bí wọ́n ti sọ nípa àwọn ìlọsíwájú rẹ̀. Wọ́n kéde àtìlẹ́yìn wọn náà lákòókò tí wọ́n ṣe àbẹ̀wò síjọba ìbílẹ̀ Ìkẹrẹ́, Èkìtì South West àti ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ Rẹ́pọ̀dìfẹ̀ lódùn. Oníròyìn BSCS Adédayọ̀ Adélẹ́yẹ jábọ̀ ìròyìn pé nílùú Ìkẹrẹ́, Ìláwẹ̀ àti Ìgèdè Èkìtì, adarí àwọn obìnrin nínú ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú APC Caroline Aya Egúnjọbí sọ pé àwọn obìnrin ṣetán láti àtìlẹ́yìn fún gómìnà Bíọ́dún Oyèbánjí nítorí àwọn àkànṣe iṣẹ́ ribiribi tó ń ṣe pàápàá jùlọ fún àwọn obìnrin. Ó tẹnumọ́ ìjólóòtọ́ wọn pẹ̀lú ìlérí pé wọ́n ṣetán láti fi ìbò gbé gómìnà wọlé nínú ìdìbò abẹ́lé àti ìdìbò tó kù. Àwọn aṣáájú obìnrin nínú ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú APC Yẹmisí Ayayọ̀kúnlé, ọ̀mọ̀wé Fúnkẹ́ Fájọbí, Rúdà Aya Òjó ṣèlérí láti sa gbogbo ipá wọn fún ìjáwé olúborí gómìnà Oyèbánjí nínú ètò ìdìbò abẹ́lé tó ń bọ̀. Ṣáájú ní igbákejì gómìnà Kíló Amúnisádé Àfúyẹ́ ti gbóríyìn fún àwọn obìnrin náà fún nípa ìjólóòtọ́ wọn, bó ti ní yóò jẹ́ ìwúrí fún gómìnà láti tẹ̀síwájú ṣe dáadáa sí i. Ó pè wọ́n láti kópa nínú ètò ìforúkọsílẹ̀ àwọn olùdìbò tí àjọ elétò ìdìbò INEC fẹ́ ṣe. Nínú ọ̀rọ̀ rẹ̀, adarí àwọn àgbààgbà obìnrin nínú ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú APC Rónkẹ́ Aya Òkúsànyà àti olùdámọ̀ràn fún gómìnà lórí ètò òṣèlú Olóyè Jídé Àwọ̀ ṣàpèjúwe bí ọ̀gọ̀rọ̀ àwọn èèyàn ṣe kópa náà níbi ètò bíi àpẹẹrẹ ìjáwé olúborí Oyèbánjí nílẹ̀tò ìdìbò tó ń bọ̀. Gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ yìí ọ̀mọ̀wé Ọláyẹmí Abíọ́dún Oyèbánjí tó ṣe àgbékalẹ̀ ètò ọ̀hún ní olùrànlọ́wọ́ pàtàkì rẹ̀ lórí ètò òṣèlú Tóyìn Ayádépọ̀jù ṣojú fún níbi ètò náà. láti pè fún àtìlẹ́yìn fún gómìnà ṣáájú ètò ìdìbò abẹ́lé àti ètò ìdìbò ọdún tó ń bọ̀. àwọn aṣáájú ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú All Progressives Congress APC nípínlẹ̀ Èkìtì ti ké sí àwọn obìnrin nínú ẹgbẹ́ náà láti wà nírẹ́pọ̀ kí wọ́n sì kọ́ àwọn òṣèlú tó fẹ́ fi tipátipá dé ipò ṣáájú ìdìbò gómìnà ọdún tó ń bọ̀. àwọn aṣáájú obìnrin ẹgbẹ́ APC ló fún pè yìí lásìkò àbẹ̀wò ìtanijí ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú náà sí ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ Ayékire, Èkìtì East, Emure àti Ìsìn-Ọ̀rún nípínlẹ̀ yìí. oníròyìn BSCS Adédayọ̀ Adélẹ́yẹ jábọ̀ rẹ̀ ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́.
ìyàwó gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ yìí ọ̀mọ̀wé Ọláyẹmí Abíọ́dún Oyèbánjí ti ṣàgbékalẹ̀ ètò àbẹ̀wò sí àwọn obìnrin jákèjádò ìpínlẹ̀ yìí ṣáájú ìdìbò ọdún 2026 nígbà tó ń bá àwọn obìnrin sọ̀rọ̀ nílùú Òde, Òmù, Èmùrè àti Ìsẹ̀. igbákejì gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ yìí Ọ̀kínlúà Monísádé Afúyẹ́ pàrọwà sáwọn obìnrin láti má ṣe fààyè gba àwọn òṣèlú tí wọ́n ń fi owó ràbò lójúnà àti jẹ́ ọmọ oyè fún ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú náà. ó rọ̀ wọ́n láti dúró ṣinṣin lórí àtìlẹ́yìn wọn fún gómìnà Bíọ́dún Oyèbánjí, ẹni tó má gbéga báwọn obìnrin nínú ìyànsípò gbogbo tó ṣe.
wọ́n lá ṣe é ṣe fún yín o primary tó ń bọ̀ lọ́nà a ṣe é ṣe àbí kò ní ṣe é ṣe registration wà ńbẹ̀ wọ́n ti bá yín sọ àbí wọ́n bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ primary inú ìṣọ̀kan ni o inú ìṣọ̀kan ni o táì bá ti kẹ ìrámù ẹlẹ́nu ọ̀rọ̀ tó bá láwọn tó ń gbówó gba tẹ̀lifílẹ̀ bá gbà á lọ́wọ́ kan o.
nínú ọ̀rọ̀ tirẹ̀ adarí àwọn àgbààgbà obìnrin nínú ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú APC Rónkẹ́ aya Òkúsọ̀yà pàrọwà sáwọn obìnrin láti fìbò san oore fún gómìnà Oyèbánjí nínú ètò ìdìbò ọdún tó ń bọ̀ ní bó ṣe ṣe dọ́gbandọ́gba láàrin ọkùnrin àti obìnrin nínú àwọn ìyànsípò rẹ̀ gbogbo tó ṣe. adarí tẹ́lẹ̀ fáwọn obìnrin nínú ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú APC nípínlẹ̀ yìí sọ pé àwọn dúró ṣinṣin nínú àtìlẹ́yìn wọn fún gómìnà, bó ti fi kún un pé èròǹgbà wọn ni àwọn yóò sì múṣẹ. bákan náà akọ̀wé ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ yìí ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Abibat Adubiaro àti olùbánidámọ̀ràn fún gómìnà lórí ètò òṣèlú Olóyè Jídé Awẹ́ rọ àwọn obìnrin láti má ṣe dẹ́yẹ sí àwọn tó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ darapọ̀ mọ́ ẹgbẹ́ ọ̀hún. wọ́n tún pàrọwà sáwọn obìnrin láti kópa nínú ètò ìforúkọsílẹ̀ fún káàdì ìdìbò tí elétò ìdìbò fẹ́ ṣe. gbogbo àwọn adarí àwọn obìnrin nínú ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú APC láti ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ ló péjúpésẹ̀ síbi ètò náà. lára wọn ni Kẹ́hìndé aya Káyọ̀dé àti Rachel Adémilóyè ní ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ fi èròǹgbà àtìlẹ́yìn wọn fún gómìnà Oyèbánjí hàn. Olúwàbùsáyọ̀ Ìdòwú ló jábọ̀ ìròyìn.
gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì ọ̀gbẹ́ni Bíọ́dún Oyèbánjí ti rọ ẹ̀ka ìdájọ́ láti jẹ́ kí òfin àti ìlànà òfin jẹ́ atọ́nà wọn láìsí ẹlẹ́yàmẹ̀yà, ìbẹ̀rù tàbí ṣíṣe ojúṣàjú. ọ̀gbẹ́ni Oyèbánjí pàrọwà náà lásìkò tó ń búra wọṣẹ́ fún adájọ́ Lékan Ògúnmóyè gẹ́gẹ́ bí adájọ́ àgbà kẹfà nípínlẹ̀ yìí. oníròyìn BSCS Tọ́balọ́lá jábọ̀ ìròyìn náà ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́.
gómìnà Oyèbánjí lójúwe ẹ̀ka ìdájọ́ gẹ́gẹ́ bí èyí tí kò gbúdọ̀ lábàwọ́n, tí wọ́n jẹ́ onídàkẹ́rọ́rọ́ àti èyí tí kò gbúdọ̀ fi ọ̀rọ̀ òṣèlú ṣe tàbí ipò ẹ̀dá kan ṣe. nígbà tó ń kí adájọ́ àgbà nípínlẹ̀ Èkìtì ọ̀hún adájọ́ Lékan Ògúnmóyè kú oríire, gómìnà Bíọ́dún Oyèbánjí pàrọwà sí i kí ó dúró lórí ìgbàgbọ́ tí aráàlú ní nínú ẹ̀ka náà láti dájú pé ìdájọ́ òdodo fi ẹsẹ̀ múlẹ̀ sí i nípìnlẹ̀ Èkìtì, kó sì mú ìwà àìmúkànmọ́kàn gẹ́gẹ́ bí àkọmọ̀nà rẹ̀. ó jẹ́ kó dìímọ̀ pé iṣẹ́ púpọ̀ ló sì wà láti ṣe àgbélékè ẹ̀ka ìdájọ́ orílẹ̀-èdè yìí kó lè bá ìdájọ́ ìgbàlódé mu. ó ṣèlérí pé ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì yóò ṣe àtìlẹ́yìn fún àtúnṣe ẹ̀ka ìdájọ́, ṣíṣe àwọn àkànṣe iṣẹ́ lẹ́ka ọ̀hún fún ìrọ̀rùn àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ àti ìdájọ́ òdodo káàkiri ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì. adájọ́ àgbà nípínlẹ̀ Èkìtì ọ̀hún adájọ́ Lékan Adékanyè Ògúnmóyè nínú ọ̀rọ̀ rẹ̀ ló dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gómìnà fún àǹfààní tí wọ́n fún un láti sin ìjọba pẹ̀lú ìlérí pé òun kò ní yẹsẹ̀ o nínú ìlànà òfin. ó ó sọ pé òun yóò ṣe iṣẹ́ fún ìtẹ̀síwájú ẹ̀ka òun fún ìgbàgbọ́ aráàlú nínú ẹ̀ka ìdájọ́ àti ṣíṣe ọ̀nà fún ìdájọ́ nípa lílo ẹ̀rọ ayélujára. Ṣáájú ni wọ́n ti kọ́kọ́ ṣe ìbúra fún adájọ́ ọ̀hún gẹ́gẹ́ bí adájọ́ àgbà ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì. Yẹmí Ọlájútẹ̀mù ló ń jábọ̀ ròyìn.
Alága àjọ tó wà fẹ́tò ẹ̀kọ́ṣẹ́ ọwọ́ nípínlẹ̀ yìí ọ̀gbẹ́ni Káyọ̀dé Babádé ti ké sí àwọn ọ̀dọ́ láti ṣe takuntakun láti lè ní ọjọ́ iwájú tó dára. Ó fún pé náà lákòókò tó ń kópa lórí ètò My Agenda níbi ọ̀gbẹ́ni Babádé ti mẹ́nuba ọ̀kan-ò-jọ̀kan àwọn ètò ètò ti wáyé láwọn iléèwé ẹ̀kọ́ṣẹ́ ọwọ́ yìí tó wà ní ìpínlẹ̀ yìí tó sì rọ àwọn òbí láti fààyè gba àwọn ọmọ wọn láti kópa nínú ètò ẹ̀kọ́ náà lójú náà ti lè jẹ́ kí wọ́n doníṣẹ́ ara wọn dípò wọn sùn táì mọ́rùn láti wáṣẹ́ ìjọba tí kò sí káàkiri. Akọ̀wé àgbà ti iléeṣẹ́ fọ́rọ̀ iṣẹ́ òde ọ̀gbẹ́ni Ganiyu Títílọpẹ́ ló fẹ̀yìntì lẹ́nu iṣẹ́ ọba lọ́la lẹ́yìn tí ó ti pé 60 ọdún lọ́jọ́ orí tó fi fààyè gbà. Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Títílọpẹ́ tó jọmọ ìlú Ìkẹrẹ́ Èkìtì ṣiṣẹ́ sin ìpínlẹ̀ yìí fún 30 ọdún ó lé tó sì kópa púpọ̀ nínú ìdàgbàsókè àwọn ohun amúlùdùn. Ayẹyẹ ìbọlá fún yóò wáyé ní iléeṣẹ́ náà tó wà nílùú Adó Èkìtì láago 10 òwúrọ̀. Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Títílọpẹ́ yóò ṣe àkànṣe ìdúpẹ́ kan ní mọ́ṣáláṣí AUD Ìkẹrẹ́ Èkìtì ní aago 1 ọ̀sán lọ́jọ́ Ẹtì. Àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ fẹ̀yìntì níléeṣẹ́ ìgbóhùnsáfẹ́fẹ́ ti ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì BSS sípa àgọ́ wọn ti ẹgbẹ́ òṣìṣẹ́ fẹ̀yìntì ti ilẹ̀ Nigeria Union of Pensioners NUP. Ìpinnu náà tẹ̀lé aáwọ̀ tó jẹyọ nínú ẹgbẹ́ NUP tí ó yọrí sí ìpilẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ti ẹgbẹ́ Pensioners Association of Nigeria PAN nípínlẹ̀ yìí. Ìpinnu náà wáyé lákòókò ìpàdé kan tí alága wọn ọ̀gbẹ́ni Fẹ́mi Àjànàkú darí rẹ̀ ní gbọ̀ngàn Dèjì Ayélabówó BSS nílùkùn Adó Èkìtì. Lára àwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ náà tẹnumọ́ ìdí tí wọ́n ṣe ní láti wà ní ṣọ̀kan kí wọ́n sì pinnu lórí ọ̀rọ̀ náà. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ ohun tí wọ́n sọ. Ọ̀gá àgbà àjọ NADDC ọ̀gbẹ́ni Olúwawẹ̀mímọ́ Ọ̀ṣánípé ti fi dá àwọn awakọ̀ lẹ́kìtì lójú pé afẹ́fẹ́ gáàsì yóò wà fún àwọn ọkọ̀ ayọ́kẹ́lẹ́ CNG wọn nípínlẹ̀ yìí láìpẹ́. Nígbàtí ó ń ṣíde ètò ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ lọ́jọ́ 5 lórí àtúnṣe àti ìtọ́jú àwọn ọkọ̀ márúwá àti ọkọ̀ alùpùpù CNG àti pẹtrólù tí wọ́n ń lò nípínlẹ̀ Èkìtì, ọ̀gá àjọ NADDC sọ pé wọ́n ti parí ètò pẹ̀lú àwọn ilé ìtapo kan láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ títa gáàsì tí wọ́n ń lò lẹ́kìtì. Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Ọ̀ṣánípé gba àwọn olùkópa lámọ̀ràn láti lo ìmọ̀ tí wọ́n kọ́ pẹ̀lú àwọn ẹlẹgbẹ́ wọn ní agbègbè wọn. Ọ̀gá àgbà náà dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ yìí tí gómìnà Bíọ́dún Oyèbánjí ń darí fún fífi ìgbà gbogbo gbìyànjú láti mú ìgbé ayé àwọn aráàlú dára sí i. Àjọ JAMB ti fi gbèdéke máàkì tí àwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ lè fi wọ àwọn fásitì lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí sí 50. Àjọ JAMB tún ṣe ìpinnu náà níbi ìpàdé lórí àti ṣe ìpinnu lórí ìlànà tí wọ́n yóò gbà fi mú àwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ wọ àwọn iléèwé gíga lórílẹ̀‐èdè ilé tó wáyé ní oríkò ìṣètò Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu tó wà nílùú Àbújá. Níbi àjọ sọ pé gbèdéke máàkì tí wọ́n lè fi wọ iléèwé ti àwọn nọ́ọ̀sì ní 40 máàkì, nígbàtí 100 máàkì wà fáwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tó bá fẹ́ wọ àwọn iléèwé ẹ̀kọ́ṣẹ́ ọ̀gbìn àti 100 máàkì fún àwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tó fẹ́ wọ iléèwé ẹ̀kọ́ṣẹ́ ti ìmọ̀ olùkọ́.
When it's bright and early, get your breakfast right. Then you need all the nutrients that
make the most of every day. Peak. Reach for your peak.
When it's bright and early, get your breakfast right. You need all the nutrients that will hold you tight. Stay in power, you find it all in Peak. Every move you make, Peak's got you all the way. And the Peak goes on.
Power on every morning with a Peak breakfast to make the most of every day. Peak. Reach for your peak.
Ẹ káàbọ̀ padà, ìròyìn ọ̀hún tẹ̀síwájú. Ìjọba àpapọ̀ ti fi gbèdéke ọjọ́ orí tí àwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ lè fi wọ àwọn fásitì tàbí èkéyìí iléèwé gíga lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí sí ọdún 16. Mínísítà fẹ́tò ẹ̀kọ́ Dókítà Túnjí Aláùsá tí ó kéde ọ̀rọ̀ náà níbi ètò ti ìpàdé àwọn ẹni ọ̀rọ̀ kan lórí ètò bí wọn yóò ṣe máa wọ iléèwé gíga lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí àti àjọ JAMB nílùú Àbújá. Aláùsá gbà tí ó kéde pé kí wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ ètò ìpàdé ọ̀hún tẹnumọ́ pé gbèdéke ọjọ́ orí náà ni ó jẹ́ èyí tí wọn kò ṣetán láti dúnàádúrà rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú ẹnikẹ́ni. Wọ́n kìlọ̀ pé ẹnikẹ́ni tí ó bá tako ìlànà ọ̀hún ni yóò jẹyàn rẹ̀ níṣu. Ẹgbẹ́ àwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ilẹ̀ Nàìjíríà NANS ti rọ ẹgbẹ́ àwọn olùkọ́ láwọn fásitì ASUU láti fagilé ìyanṣẹ́lódì tí ó ń gbèrò láti gùnlé látàrí bí ó ṣe pẹ́ kí wọ́n tó sanwó oṣù kẹfà fún àwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ rẹ̀. Ẹgbẹ́ NANS pàrọwà nínú àtẹ̀jáde kan tí igbákejì ààrẹ ẹgbẹ́ ọ̀hún Felicia Akínbọ́dún ṣe fi síta nílùú Àbújá. Akínbọ́dún ṣe sọ wípé ètò ìyanṣẹ́lódì ọ̀hún ló jẹ́ èyí tí ó ṣe àkóbá tó pọ̀ fẹ́ka ètò ẹ̀kọ́. Ètò ìsìnkú olóògbé olóyè Akíntayọ̀ Olúwadáre yóò bẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ́la pẹ̀lú ti ayẹyẹ àkànṣe orin nílé rẹ̀ nílùú Adó Èkìtì láago 4 ìrọ̀lẹ́. Ayẹyẹ àwòsùn onígbàgbọ́ ni yóò wáyé nílé rẹ̀ nílùú Arámọkọ Èkìtì láago 5 ìrọ̀lẹ́ Ọjọ́bọ̀. Ara olóògbé náà yóò wà ní tẹ́ ní ẹ̀yìn yìí náà ni ó jẹ́ pé wọn yóò gbé ara olóògbé òṣèlú ọ̀hún lọ sí ètò ìsìnkú tí yóò wáyé ní St Philip's Anglican Church Arámọkọ Èkìtì ní ọjọ́ Ẹtì láago 11 òwúrọ̀. Olóyè Akíntayọ̀ Olúwadáre ni ó ti gbà kan jẹ́ alága fún ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ Èkìtì West ní ìgbà tí ìjọba tiwantiwa kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ nípínlẹ̀ Èkìtì, léyìí tí ó sì jẹ́ pé àwọn ọmọ àti ọmọ ló gbẹ̀yìn olóògbé náà. Èyí ló pin ìròyìn lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́, ìyókù tún di lọ́la. Ká sùn lọ.